Hey everyone, how are you? We're going to have a run through the chords of House of Fun by Madness today. We're going to straight into it. The first bar is a drum fill. And then we're going to play a whole bunch of triads, right? We're going to start out with a D major. Now, you could play a D major like this. We've got 7, 7, 7. And that's good because the next chord is A minor 7. 5, 5, 5, 5. So you can play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Now you can notice that I'm going always on the offbeat. It's a very typical thing in ska, if you know a bit about ska. We're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Right? One more lot. D, A minor, B7. So you could play B7 here. 7, 8. Right? Or you could play the full chord if you find that easier. And that is the whole intro. It's 8 bars. And then we're going to kick off verse 1. Now verse 1 is almost the same. We're going to get that D major, 1 and 2, A minor 7, D major again, A minor 7. Now we're going to play an F7 here. Now you could play an F7 like this, a D-shaped chord. And then a D-shaped chord here. If it's too far, I don't know. You can do that. Or you could go F7 here. That's a C7 shaped chord. This is C major. And there's your B flat, the dominant 7. See what I mean? Okay. And then you get basically the second half of the first verse, and it's the same thing. D, 1, A minor, D, A minor 7. One more, lot of D, and then F7. Okay, and then we get the chorus. Now the chorus is really, really cool. We've got an E minor. And then we're going to go to C7. And then back to E minor. And then B7. Okay? So that happens twice. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then it goes up. This is the first chorus. 1, F sharp minor 7. 1, D, F sharp minor, C sharp minor. C sharp 7. Sorry. D, D7. Right? Just 2 bars of that, and then you get to the E minor. Welcome to the house of. Okay, so there, hit it on the beat instead of on the offbeat and match the lyric. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Right? And then you go back into an interlude, which is D and A minor 7. Then you get to the second verse. After the second verse, the second chorus is slightly different, that we're going to play straight into the F sharp minor. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then that finishing part, 1 and 2 and 3. Right? And then we go into the key solo. Right? And then right, okay, then we get to the bridge. Now this is weird, this part. Like it sounds like there's all sorts of things happening. The keyboard player in Madness is absolutely amazing. He's doing clever stuff. And the guitar plays A, E flat, so 6, 8, 8, 8, A, and then down to F sharp minor. And then B minor, G major, and then in the next bar you get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Right? And that's a short bar of A. So let's just talk about those chords. Probably ran through them a bit quickly. A major is E-shaped bar chord at the 5th fret, and then E flat major and A-shaped bar chord at the 6th fret. So 6, 8, 8, 8. And then back to the A, F sharp minor, 2nd fret minor chord, E minor chord, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, 2. Then B minor, A minor shaped chord at the 2nd fret, and then 1. Okay. Then we go through the verse again, verse 3, is very similar. A bit longer on the D's and the A's, A minors rather, F7, right? And then we're going to hit chorus, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, yeah? And then it goes up. Same chords we had before. Back down. Now, that basically repeats the whole thing, and when you come to effectively, what's that, 18, 16? So you've got 8 bar round, so when you come to the second time round, we go back into the E minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, B. And then there's a D half diminished, which is so weird, right? But D1, sorry, open 1, open 1. You could play it there as well, if you wanted to. And that is how you play House of Fun by Manus. If you want the chart to follow through all the sections and notes on rhythm and stuff like that, you can grab that at patreon.com/Simon Morel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.